Hey there, hi there, ho there, you lucky lot. Time for some more extra unscheduled content for you, as last night I saw Clown in a Cornfield. And I've got a lovely little spoiler-free review today. So, Clown in a Cornfield. From the trailer, it looked like a standard issue slasher, and for the most part, that's exactly what we got. I feel like the movie the trailer sold me on was exactly what I saw, so I thank you for that, Hollywood. And I liked it. Not a whole super duper lot or anything, but I enjoyed it pretty much from start to finish. The movie doesn't tread any new ground, especially for an old slasher fan like me. But is that necessarily a bad thing? I don't think it was. Sometimes I get tired of movies trying to reinvent the wheel all the time. Not every movie needs to be experimental. Sometimes it can be tried and true and by the book. And that's what you'll get from Clown in a Cornfield. One of the things I really liked was the cast. What a fun group of young actors making up a mostly likable ensemble. I'm an older dog, so I didn't recognize any of the teenagers in this one, but I did notice more than a few familiar faces among the adults of the small town. So what's the story outside of what we see in the trailer? Well, stop me if you've heard this one before. A young girl and her newly widowed father move to a small town to try and start a new life, and the small town has had some recent tragedies itself. We've seen this one a lot. But I'll give the writers and director credit for not going the expected route of having all the popular kids in town immediately pounce on the new meat. Right after the intro segment, we cut to Quinn and her father driving a moving trailer down a lonely, isolated highway, and I immediately started envisioning the upcoming typical, "Who's the new girl? I don't know, but I already don't like the bitch, so let's make her life even more miserable" scene as soon as she shows up for her first day at her new school. But that didn't happen. Well, it kinda, sorta did, but not the way I thought it would. There are some old-fashioned tropes that do make an appearance, some a little funnier than others, but I'm not sure if they meant it to be funny. I was laughing at them, though. For the most part, the movie is played kinda sorta straight, with an occasional, haha, this one's for you old farts jokes thrown in for some levity. I mean, the director Eli Craig also did Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, as well as Zombieland, so the tone feels about what you'd expect if you've seen either of those. It's got a decent amount of blood, but I found it a little light on the actual gore. A couple of the kills were pretty impressive looking, but there's a lot that's implied with off-camera blood spray for effect. Definitely don't bring the kids to this one, but don't go into it thinking it's going to rise to anything near Terrifier's neighborhood. Is it a movie I'll run out and buy on DVD? Highly doubtful. But I wouldn't have any issues watching this one again as soon as I can. It's a simple movie. One you sit down and watch while you inhale a bucket of popcorn. Honestly, I liked how I felt sitting in the theater. It was like an old friend came to town and we got caught up on the good old days before everything got too complicated for its own good. Some people won't like that about the movie, but I did. I don't know. I guess I just kind of hate how it feels like every movie has to be the biggest fucking thing that ever existed, or else it's an unmitigated failure that should be tossed onto the worst of all time pile. Hyperbole is for lazy clickbait reviewers. There's nothing wrong with good enough. And Clown in a Cornfield was good enough for me. So I'll definitely be giving Clown in a Cornfield my recommendation, but it's mostly for those of us who absolutely love a bog-standard slasher. If that doesn't sound like you, then maybe wait for this one to hit streaming services. It's actually been out for a while, so you probably won't have to wait much longer. I'm kind of sorry it took so long for the advertising algorithm to plop this one into my suggested vids. Maybe I'll set up an alternative YouTube channel to specifically seek out trailers, because now I wonder what else I'm missing out on while I'm down in the basement all day long. But on the plus side, I'm very aware that the Toxic Avenger is finally coming soon.
Yeah.